I'm Julia. I work at 12, which is a clean tech, climate tech company in Berkeley, California. We are actively transforming carbon dioxide into useful stuff to make a climate positive world.
So, our first question is what exactly is carbon transformation technology? Like, what does that entail? What's the kind of process behind it?
But we are making devices that use a proprietary, polymer and catalyst blend. We put in carbon dioxide and electricity and water, and on the other side comes the molecules that we select for. So right now we're focused on carbon monoxide and things like that, and then we can use those molecules that we select for in downstream processes to make all kinds of useful stuff. And right now we're heavily partnered with Alaska Airlines and Microsoft and Shopify to make e-jet. So we're trying to make jet fuel out of carbon dioxide, which is super cool because it takes carbon dioxide out of the system. We take it from biogenic sources, and then we are making fuel on the other side to replace fossil fuels. So it kind of attacks climate change from two sides of the equation, which I'm really psyched about.
Thank you for sharing that. A question that I have branching off of that is what kind of products come? I know you mentioned, you did mention something, but I also want to get in like the little details as well. But I was wondering like what kind of products come from this transfer? Is it just jet fuel or any other things that we're looking at too?
Yeah, so we're capable of making all sorts of things. So our technology can select for different types of molecules. Right now, we're focusing primarily on carbon monoxide and syngas, and those things are components of other things like the Tide detergent, like the Mercedes-Benz car parts, like the sunglass lenses, and then clearly the jet fuel, and we're also making e-marine fuel with Virgin Atlantic. So we have an upcoming partnership with that as well.
So, was jet fuel like the main aim of your company? Like, did you have a vision of like we want to specifically make this certain industry more eco-friendly kind of thing, or was it like you just want to benefit the environment overall?
Jet fuel has an outsized, very large potential for impact on the climate change problem. So when you look at the impact of traditional fuels on the environment and their contributions to greenhouse gases and to climate change, if we can kind of take any chunk out of that at all, I think jet fuel has the potential to take a major chunk out of it. And so I think that is one of the drivers for focusing on jet fuel at this moment.
I think it's more like revolutionizing in the terms of fuel because I feel like most of our like climate change and everything is really affected by the kinds of fuel that we're using, like fossil fuels. So just this entirely new technology transforming that is just so like amazing.
I want to say last week, man, time is weird post-pandemic, the way you track it, but it was either last week or the week before where we had our groundbreaking at Moses Lake. So we're our first jet fuel plant. So we are starting construction on that shortly. Very exciting.
My next question, kind of like branching off of that, is what drove you to look for something in this field of technology?
Yeah, absolutely. So I spent my last 15 years in software, in financial software, and I loved the people and the work, and I love solving problems, but I was starting to feel like I wanted to work on something that I was more passionate about, like, in my heart, right? And so I've been a little bit of a climate doomer in my past. Read a lot about it and see where we're going. And so as I was conducting my job search, I was like, I really want to try to find a company that can make an impact and is really like value centric in this space. And so I talked to a few different companies doing different things. And as we like to say at 12, it's going to take all of us to make a difference in this climate change problem. And then I landed on 12 and I was really excited about it. And that's kind of how I ended up here.
So what do you want to see for the future of 12? Is there any specific goals that you would want the company to achieve or that you're on track to achieve?
I want to see us take a huge chunk out of the fuels situation. I want us to make lots and lots and lots of jet fuel so that we are removing fossil fuels from the equation. Our biggest goal is to kind of get to a fossil-free world. And it is going to take a lot of us, a lot of different companies doing a lot of different things. But yeah, that's what I'm excited for, is to see, you see those charts about like how many years we have to make a difference in terms of our impact, and like where the global warming kind of goes from there. And I want to see it go down, right? We all want to see it go down. And so for 12, I want us to have the biggest impact we can in that equation.